8 wins from 11 matches against Allen, but this best of 19 final gives Allen the chance to pull off a significant win. We join the final in the opening frame. Robertson is at the table. Commentary comes from Alan McManus and Clive Everton.
The black is potable into only one corner, but he can still play on the pink first shot.
One.
Or a balk colour.
Four.
He's overrun his intended red, but still all right.
Five. Seven.
Yeah, the red to the left of the black spot's causing him one or two problems in this break. Not sure if he can hold for the pink. He may have to risk playing two cushions round the back of the small gap for the black to the right corner. Change of plan though. Shouldn't have a problem knocking this in. It's how can he control the cue ball? Oh, that's very good. Perfect. Just slightly overrun.
The cloth for the semi-finals and this final running slightly faster than the one that was used for the group matches.
Yeah, sure. 14. $15. 18.
Had to hold that pretty sharply. He didn't have a huge margin of error to stay for pink. Unassisted by the black so far.
$26. $32.
Yeah, he's being ultra careful here. The break just at 32 and already it's over 7 minutes long. Mainly
33.
a consequence of the importance that he's clearly putting on the first frame, Neil Robertson, and he's just run out of position as I say that.
Can't get through to the potting angle on the pink.
He just in a small way looks like he's been over careful.
$36.
A thumping long pot keeps him going, but the best he could do was to leave a tricky red to middle. Preferred the safety.
Neil Robertson, 36.
And because he caught the middle pocket jaw, he'll be somewhat disappointed with the way he played it. Because Robertson didn't play his safety very well, he left a possibility of that plant for Allen, but it still had to be got.
7.
I was still wondering why Robertson hadn't attempted red to middle.
Yeah, you and me both, Clive. I was really surprised. I thought, in fact, he could have played something of a shot to nothing on it as well, but it's obviously gone now. But this is if this cannon goes right, which it just about, well, he's on it, but it's not easy. I was going to say it could have been a chance to pinch
50.
the frame. Just depends what sort of angle he has. Not wasting a lot of time. He's taking this on, maybe playing for the black in the same pocket, in the hope of getting away with it if he misses it. Oh, brilliant. Oh. Again, evidence of the tight pockets,
Mark Allen,
Clive.
15.
Yes, and that was awkward because the cue ball and the red were so close together and not straight either. Difficult to assess the angle.
Yeah, it was just on the high side, wasn't it? Would have been maybe fortunate if it had dropped.
Allen tried to give himself some insurance by screwing behind the black like that, in case the red did remain in the vicinity of the pocket. But Robertson can take this red with a slight swerve.
Foul.
Too much swerve.
Mark Allen 4.
Yes, it wasn't difficult to knock the red in, but he was just hoping to catch a half ball somehow and use the knuckles and spin out for black or pink. Anyway, can Mark Allen get his pot and eye in? He's missed a couple that have been easier than this. This is a potential frame winner. Oh, so close again.
Can't miss the red, but he needs to dig the cue ball out of the jaws for good position. And that's not made any easier by awkward bridging.
One.
Yeah, no applause, but that was first class to control the white. Choice of pink or black.
Seven. Nine. Yeah, sure.
Robertson 10 in front, so it's green, brown, blue needed.
Twelve. $16.
Frame ball then.
$21. Neil Robertson 27 and the frame.
So Neil Robertson takes a 1-0 lead.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions and the final between Neil Robertson and Mark Allen. The Australian has taken the opening frame. This is now the second, with Robertson back at the table
14.
and building on a break. Commentary from Clive Everton and Alan McManus.
This cloth is lovely, particularly because it's of a speed where the last few rolls are in the player's favour.
19.
Eyeing up a plant, which may look easy enough, but it could easily be missed.
Neil Robertson, 19. One. Seven. 8. $14. 15. 21.
The black's in a strange little position there, very unusual. He doesn't want to play low on it. It'd be difficult to hold for reds. So he's going to risk going back up top side of the blue. Similar to Neil's shot earlier.
22.
And that's even better, absolutely perfect angle. Just nudge the pack. If he does play to nudge them, it'll be the right hand side of the apex red. He'll be wanting to play, not with huge pace. Good shot.
$27.
Except for tying the pink up.
$28.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier about that black. I think the shot here is just roll through, dead weight for the red at the back of the cluster. And decided on playing for a choice of two, so he's going to work off the blue for the time being.
33. 34.
Reason I said the bottom one, which I think he's eyeballing right now. If he can land straightish on that, shouldn't be a problem getting on the black off it.
And because of the red he chose to take, I think the pink spot
39.
will be available when he pots the black.
don't blame him going up for blue
40.
again there. Blue or bolt colour. He was always going to have a chance of keeping the break going, so the lead's 24. Blue for 31. Have to think another 2 red colours and draw level.
$45.
So my mistake, the lead 29 of course. But,
46.
nevertheless, he's controlled that perfectly. I think the red by the pink will go to left corner as well. He's just checked it. Getting down quickly, so you have to think it passes.
$53. 54. $60.
Already leaving Robertson needing a snooker, so there isn't quite the same pressure on this red that there would be if the frame was still in the balance.
61. $68.
This effort could develop
69.
into a century.
And a good response is from Mark Allen. Coin a song, lyric, just one look was all it took.
76.
That's what he's been doing all week here.
78.
The break arose from Robertson missing a diddy short range plant,
81.
but it's been beautifully controlled. Didn't have the assistance
85.
of the black until late on.
$90. $96.
And with that beautifully controlled century, 103, Mark Allen equalises at 1-all.
Welcome back to this, the final of the Champion of Champions, Neil Robertson against Mark Allen. All level after the opening 2 frames. Commentary from Clive Everton and Alan McManus.
A trademark Robertson long pot.
Yeah, we've seen that twice yesterday, the very same shot, didn't we? That's a poor safety. Poor positional shot, sorry, from Neil. Most unlike him, he'd quite a bit of margin of error that time. Still cut this red back, but Would hope to avoid a cannon on the black. Should get on blue or baulk colour.
Nine. Sure. 11. Twelve.
Sometimes in these big finals,
19.
you get a player feeding off another player. The first frame was scrappy. That magical 103
20.
from Mark in the last frame may have just sparked this final into life. As I say, sometimes it can inspire your opponent. Now Neil, I think he's going into them. No, just playing for the loose one. That's surprising a little bit again. Saying that, he'll probably fancy knocking this in. It does open up the red adjacent to it.
27.
But it's always nice, Clive, isn't it, when a player sparks another into good form and you get a humdinger of a final.
28.
Yeah, it's nothing better than both players playing well at the same time. Well, I'm pretty sure Robertson wanted to finish on this
35.
red in such a way that he could just cannon the back row of reds and retain black ball position, but it looks a bit straight for that.
Interesting that he decided to leave a high black. Wouldn't have been my choice. Can certainly generate plenty of pace in it.
But to no avail at first glance.
43.
Yeah, the only thing playing from a high black into that cluster was the flatness of the back of it. You were never going to get the cue ball powering through it. You would have had to push one out to the side. Well, he has done that, but one's gone to the side cushion. The other one's too narrow to have a go at it in the middle. And back to the drawing board.
Yeah, Robertson 43.
Reliant on a kind run of the ball, going into reds from a red, but at least he made sure he potted the red
Yeah, and the question is, can he see enough of the yellow to push it to the left side cushion? Not sure. Can see it probably just about full ball, but he'd like to, as I say, on and off the cushion. Has to get something safe the way these reds are. That's why he's just swerving it, just bending it. Decent shot.
Neil Robertson 1.
Well, must have felt forced into that.
One.
The quality of Robertson's safety shot forced Allen, because he had no alternative, to attempt a pot that he would
8.
rather not have attempted. And
9.
From the resultant opportunity, everyone here will be expecting Robertson to clinch a 2-1 lead.
16. 17. 24. 25.
And now that the frame is gone, little chance for Neil to get some rhythm going. Brisk walk round the table, keep the arm loose, knock a few
31.
balls in.
$32. 37. 38. 44. 45. 52. 53.
So Robertson has dominated this frame, in which Allen hasn't potted a ball.
Foul. Neil Robertson 53, Mark Allen 6, frame Neil
The
Robertson.
attempt to develop the yellow failed. Neil Robertson took the third frame and took also a 2-1 lead.
Welcome back to the final featuring Neil Robertson and Mark Allen. Robertson has had the better of the early exchanges and leads by a frame. This is now the fourth commentary from Clive Everton and Alan McManus.
Yeah, that shot wasn't reaching the pack. The first 3 or 4 days of the week, wasn't it? You could, as Clive, you mentioned earlier, it just drifts on that extra bit that helps the players. That was a case of it right there.
Yes, you don't want a table that's running 6 or 7 lengths, anything ridiculous like that, but it's good when it's fast for the last few rolls.
Now, we know Neil Robertson's long game's been absolutely outstanding, especially yesterday. How's he handle this one? Same old story.
Long pots, 5 out of 6 today. Some easier than others. And so often a long pot
8.
can initiate a break.
Nine. $14. $15.
Didn't want to cannon the yellow. Wanted the cue ball to cross the baulk line to leave a more convenient angle on a low value colour. Had he been able to pot a low value colour more
19.
thickly, he could have gone into the bunch with more power. He would have been able to control the shot better.
Yeah, the way he was playing it, he put everything into the pot, didn't he, which was difficult, and had to rely on luck. He had lots of it, but it was all bad.
Nothing doing there. Well, examining a plant, but surely that would be very ambitious.
Yeah, I can't think for the life of me that he would even contemplate that. It would be an act of folly to try that. That's back behind bulk cushion somewhere behind the yellow spot.
Neil Robertson, 19.
And always thinking that was clever, putting the red on the black cushion so there's no dump shot. Is Mark taking this on now? Yeah, forced into it.
One. Five.
Just on the hour mark. 3 frames completed.
Six.
And there's a few ominous signs for Neil Robertson fans here. The big Australian looks like he's on the verge of playing his very best stuff here. And we know when he does that, what a player he can be.
Well, not only is he potting and scoring well, but his safety has been very creative, not only in the last frame, but in this frame. He forced his opponent to take on a long pot that he didn't want to, because he simply hadn't left a feasible safety available.
Yeah, good point, Clive. It
13.
has been. It's not just been good execution, it's clever as well. That was another neat little positional shot. Laid the cue ball on a sixpence there. I think you can just drift past the bunch of reds. You see just how accurate that was. He's
14.
really starting to pick up a head of steam here. Little cannon, and hopefully the second red left the picture. That one, perfect.
Yeah, sure. 21. $22. Yeah, sure.
That was a heavy contact.
29.
And for that reason, Robertson is not on his next red as he would like to have been.
$30.
A few inches extra distance though. Made no difference.
Yeah, that was made to look ridiculously easy. The smoothness was so impressive, the way he knocked it in. Effortless cue ball control. Now this is a tricky little shot just off straight, playing deep screw with reverse side. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Again, he's laid it in the sixpence.
37.
Back top side of the blue, but the way he's queuing, expect him to be plumb on that again,
38.
and he is.
Allen didn't pot a ball in the last frame, and he hasn't potted one in this frame either.
$44. $51. 52. $58. 59. $66. 67. $74. 75.
Superb stuff from Robertson. This is a player
81.
who made 103 centuries in the season before last.
82.
The only player in history to make 100 competitive centuries in a season.
$87.
Yeah, I liked what Neil said about Neil Robertson's
89.
style. He said he's a classical player, and that sums him up. Look at the stance. And we get a chance to one leg
92.
straight, the other one bent. Hand, bridge hand that is. Usually nice and close into the cue ball. There's that stance with the left leg. Poker straight,
96.
bracing himself. $107.
Allen has been potless for 25 minutes.
114 in the frame, Neil Robertson.
It's Neil Robertson who heads into the break with the advantage, leading Mark Allen by 2 frames. But it's the best of 19, so plenty of time for Allen to come back in this, the final of the 188bet Champion of Champions. 19, there's time to upset the odds and win. Robertson has taken all but 1 frame in this match so far. This is now the 5th frame. Commentary from Alan McManus and Clive Everton.
Too good.
20.
Intended to leave himself choice of ball colours, but screwed back too far off the second ball.
Amazing the purchase he gets, Mark Allen, isn't it, off those little shots with that punchy cue action. Probably played for blue there, overscrewed it by 3 or
Mark
4
Allen,
feet,
20.
and that's disaster. He's left the red. Things just not happening for him right now.
Mark Allen, coached by Terry Griffiths. who is here supporting him.
1. Sure.
For younger viewers, Terry Griffiths is was the 1979 world champion.
Six. Seven.
Now, can he fashion a nice angle in this next red? He'd love to be just low on it, low of straight, that is. That's what he's played for, and that he's played that to the inch. He can now play for the black, just a little soft cannon on the red just above the one he's potting.
13.
Just try and push through it 2 or 3 inches. Just to get as straight as he can on the black, and this would be a genuine frame winning chance.
14. 21.
Could have done with an extra 12 inches on the cue ball there, not only just to be able to reach it, but as it just looks off straight the wrong side. So if he plays for the black, which it appears he isn't, he's going back for blue. Yeah, good percentage shot that.
22.
Was another absolutely beautiful shot.
24. $25. 32.
Allen just intent on what's happening, retaining his concentration, hoping for another chance in this frame.
$33.
Now the key shot coming up. This is a delicate little soft screw. See that red there? It just passes the black. Oh, he's played that beautifully again. As good a shot as he's played today, that.
40. $41. 48.
Nice and low in the red. On and off the cushion for a straightish pink. And this frame will be gone. Oh, he's had a big bounce, has he?
49. The white.
I do not think that was human error. It's been an unfortunate feature of the circuit lately, those unexpectedly springy bounces from cushions. No one's quite sure what causes them, but that one robbed Robertson of his intended position on the pink.
$54.
Potted a blue somewhat more difficult than the pink would have been.
55.
And here he is about to clinch another frame, which would be 3 in a row.
$61. $62.
Leaving an angle on the black to develop the red from the side cushion. Wasn't quite the angle.
69. Neil Robertson, 69 on the frame.
Allen scored first with 20, but it was Robertson with 69 who was decisive.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions and the final between Neil Robertson and Mark Allen. The Australian has dominated the early exchanges, taking 4 of the opening 5 frames. This is now the 6th. Commentary from Clive Everton and Alan McManus.
Oh, well.
Neil Robertson, 43.
Fooled us all. Attempted red to corner.
Has he given Mark Allen a look at this red to left middle? Maybe not. He's weighing up other options.
Again, Allen has been frozen out for a long period. 17 minutes now since he's potted a ball, although he did have a very good chance early in this frame. So is that red the start of an Allen revival? It needs to be.
8. Nine.
He's going to have to risk going into these reds at some stage. He's a nice angle this time. Will he take it this early? He has, but it's gone wrong.
$16. Mark Allen, 16.
Had to settle just for a safety. Robertson has been in possession of the table for 65% of the time. Allen only 35. I'm surprised there isn't an even bigger difference because Robertson has been so dominant. Although we mustn't forget Allen's 103 break in the second frame. That was a very tricky cut back to middle he attempted. He realised that at the angle he was playing it, he got every chance of coming out safe if he missed.
Looking there, Neil, to maybe leave the white in the baulk cushion, but I think this is a better option. He's got a chance of pushing something safe playing this plant. I say plant, of course, just sending the pink up towards the yellow. Unfortunately for him, none of them are safe. But if there's another 3 or 4 safety shots to get played, you'd think something would eventually go tight to a cushion, that is. Although the lead's only 27, any low value colour would stop Mark Allen in all probability winning the frame in one hit should he get a chance. He's leaving Neil Robertson a tempter here, this red to left middle. He was always going to leave it. So, will his plan pay dividends? Neil coming round to have a look.
It's a very thin potting angle, so position is not easy to control. But he realised that as long as he didn't cannon another ball, the cue ball was always going to come back in the baulk area and leave himself a chance to get a break going.
Yeah, there was pressure on that. Neil Robertson knew if he potted it, he'd have been virtually 5-1 in front.
So Allen comes to the table only 28 behind.
One.
blue spot being covered. It's no bad thing here. Getting respotted on the pink spot will help this break. He'd like to leave, if he can, that red on the blue spot to the last one he takes. That's all right. Have to go up for
6.
choice of brown or green, but shouldn't pose him any problem.
Seven.
On the face of it, he shouldn't have much problem in clearing the reds. But I don't know how much the pink is protecting the yellow.
10. $11.
One of many left-handers who uses the rest right-handed is Allen.
16.
Bit short on his position for his next red.
Mark Allen,
What
16.
we call a back heel shot, the red near the cushion first, just send the red somewhere up the table, but not sure if he can get in behind it.
I think he needed some right of centre striking as he looked at it to play that shot, and of course bridging over a ball he would have been swerving the cue ball. But again, that was the sort of chance that Allen really should be taking if he's to get back into this match.
Yeah, and choices here. Not sure if there's any massive value in taking the red on. I think he'll be screwing in behind yellow and pink off the red. The likelihood if he took it on and potted it, he wouldn't land nice on the black to get to the last red, so percentage wise the screw shot will be the option he takes, I feel. Surprised he never. He's had a good kiss. That red coming across to just chip the blue in front of the other red. He can see the red and the black cushion about half ball, but it's not a lot of use to him. Now this is high tariff. This has to be wafer thin. Has to get it in bulk, the cue ball. And that's not it.
Robertson comes to the table 12 in front. 2 reds, 2 blacks would mean that Allen would need a snooker.
One.
Just short of pace for the black. Might be worth taking on. He can, if he wishes, he could play for the red in the same pocket, playing it dead weight. He maybe cover it should he miss it. That's what he's trying, and he has missed it.
No, Robertson, 1.
The black is covering the corner pocket, but the red appears cuttable to middle.
Yes, and will he play a cannon on pink and yellow? I'm trying to pot this. No, just try to dolly it in. That's all right, because he can get to the yellow from just about the back of the D line there, as you see it, the apex of the D. So key shot coming up, not easy to land. Nice on the green.
5. Seven.
Yes, you would like this to have been straighter. And therefore easier. Played that very well though.
10.
So he shouldn't have any further problem.
$14. $19.
Allen badly needed to win that frame and has done so, albeit a little precariously.
Welcome back to this, the final of the Champion of Champions, Neil Robertson against Mark Allen.
24.
Mark Allen has finally stopped Robertson, who had taken 3 frames on the trot. Allen took the 6th as we pick up the action in the 7th.
25.
And the age-old problem, the minute you land straight or wrong side of straight in the blue, it's pretty much almost out of commission. So this is a tough pink he's playing. Oh, brilliant again.
$31. $32. $37. $38.
If Robertson could win this frame, he would have a lead of some sort going into the evening session. It might be 5-4, it might be 6-3.
44.
Ideally for Robertson, it would be 7-2.
$45.
But he's still got some way to go to get to 5.
Yeah, pot the pink and a cannon coming up of some description. So if it's going to go wrong, it'll happen right here. That's fine. It was well controlled,
51.
well calculated, the way he played it. So nice position in the next colour, probably top side of the blue. And it's looking like a 3-frame gap once again.
52.
Just overcooked it, but fine in the yellow for a lefty.
I don't think Robertson expected
54.
the flick on the green.
Yeah, the harder he hit it, the wider the cue ball started its path, didn't it? And just caught the green half ball, and it spoiled things. So there's a bit of hope still here for Mark.
How difficult would a plant be? Very difficult.
Neil Robertson, 54.
The first red had to hit the second red half ball. Plants are much easier with full ball contacts.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that he played it under no pressure too, with a 54 lead. Can Mark avoid a little cannon on the green pot in this? Back down for blue or pink? No, he can't. Oh, but he's got it thin.
1.
Not perfect, but at least he's still in there.
Potentially an important juncture in this match. Robertson was in with 54 and looking likely to go 5-2. But if Allen could recover and win this frame, there would only be one frame in it at 4-3.
3. 4. 10.
Yeah, now he has them exactly where he wants them. He'll already be thinking about green and brown.
11.
Which are the only obvious difficulties.
$17. 18.
'Just thinking ahead, you would imagine he's going to have to play some sort of cannon. He couldn't play yellow, get on the green
25.
in such a way to get on the brown unless he got just off straight and screwed it in and brought the brown into play, which would be very precise
26.
position. As I say, he'll be formulating some kind of plan here. Play a cannon, I would think.
$33. 34. 39.
What he'd like to do is cannon the brown and stay on the green, and in doing so knock the brown into a potable position.
Yeah, he's just too straight though, Clive, isn't he? He can't play the cannon. As I was saying before, I think he's
41.
hoping to just get off straight here and risk the deep screw, trying to push the brown back towards the yellow pocket somehow.
Key shot coming up. Get this right, and it would be a clearance, I'm pretty sure. Didn't cannon the brown at the best angle.
Yeah, it was good effort, but he'll take it. Just 10 behind, and he's in control here with a chance to lay the first blow of this little safety encounter that's going to happen.
Mark Allen, 44.
Not his best safety though. He was trying to line all the balls up down the middle of the table. It was still difficult though, from tight on the rail.
Yeah, it wasn't far away. Now, Mark, you have to get the safety right this time. That last effort was poor. White in behind the black he's playing. And he's short again.
Robertson not risking the long pot, knowing that he could play a good safety. Both players from opposite ends of the table looking along the line of the shot with different hopes. Allen hoping that it's safe. Robertson hoping that he can reach the potting angle. And it turned out that Robertson could. He only needs blue in addition.
Nine.
Robertson scored first with 54. Allen replied with 44. There was a duel. But it's Robertson who sinks the vital colours to extend his lead to 5-2.
Welcome back to the final featuring Neil Robertson and Mark Allen. Robertson has had the better of the early exchanges, but Allen is fighting back, having taken the last 2 frames. In the 8th, Allen took an early lead before a bout of tactical play. Commentary from Alan McManus and Clive Everton.
I must admit, it has a bit of a look of a re-rack about it, this one, doesn't it, Clive? Mark, a 16-point lead isn't really decisive. Probably play on for a few shots just yet. See if anything can develop.
Now that the red has been moved well off the pocket, I don't think there'll be any re-rack.
Yeah, it's not just knowing the shots at this level, as I say. It's having the fight inside and the determination to graft it out when things go scrappy and things are going against you. One thing we do know, though, is that Mark Allen doesn't lack in that department. He'll fight till the bitter end. Now that's excellent to cover the red.
I sometimes think these top players would make good chess players. If I do this, he'll do that.
I think one thing's for sure, you'd certainly get a lot of drawn matches. Stubborn as they come, these boys. Good shot that again from Neil, but the upper hand lies with the Northern Irishman. A chance to pressurise again, pushing the red down the table. And behind the yellow would be nice, but really anywhere in the baulk cushion. He's just picking his spot.
So Allen has created an opportunity.
Yeah, it's not as easy a starter as he would have liked, because for the last 5 minutes, to use a football term, he's worked his absolute socks off to earn this.
Six. Seven. Thirteen.
Has left more of a cutback than he intended to.
$14.
In and out of balk okay though. There wasn't any colour in that area to stop the cue ball.
$17. $18.
Short again. Is there a plant to left corner? Shake of the head tells us maybe not. He's working like a Trojan here to keep this going, Mark Allen.
But it would all have been so much easier if he had left the cue ball top side of the blue.
$23.
This is not set absolutely flush. He's got to make it. And he has.
And again, betwixt and between, but you have to admire Mark's tenacity. This effort's only been 24, but as I say, he's working so hard to keep it going.
$29. $30.
In a position to clinch the frame now. Already 46 in front.
$35. 36.
This black and the two easier reds would see him home comfortably in this frame.
Yeah, I think the good thing with the black, he doesn't have a lot to do with the cue ball. The red, when the black goes back in its spot, will be free and available to the same pocket. So just on and off the cushion, it does look a natural to play for the red.
Because he was using the spider, he didn't hit that quite hard enough.
Yeah, didn't quite hit it flush, did he? Took a bit of pace out of it, so one more good shot
43.
to play. This is frame ball. Oh, brilliant.
44.
Past the post then, barring a snooker.
$47. $48.
For most of the afternoon, Robertson has been threatening to run away with it, but Allen has hung in there. This brings him back to only 2 behind.
53.
And if he could win the remaining frame of the afternoon as well, he would trail only 5-4 at the interval. Allen hasn't missed a ball with the rest.
$60. Mark Allen 60 on the frame.
And with that 60 break, Mark Allen reduces his arrears to 5-3.